Hi, this is Attorney Mike Rev. I'm coming to you from Chicago as usual, and I'm checking in on our case, Miss Christensen. The little series I'm calling Woman in Common Law. This would be number 3. I'm a little bit behind because I was in court myself this morning, and I'm picking it up right now. But let's get this party started and see what's going on. Can you guys hear me? I just slapped this together. I'm in my office in the city.
All right, good morning, Ms. Christensen. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good morning. We are back on the record in the 53rd Circuit Court for the County of Presque Isle. Our next case on the docket is People of the State of Michigan versus Angela Marie Christensen. It's filed 21-93185FH. We have Ms. Christensen attending by Zoom, representing herself, and the prosecuting attorney, Mr. Radzaban, is here in the courtroom. We are providing public access both in the courtroom and online. And Ms. Christensen, although you're appearing from your home, for convenience sake, it might not feel like a court hearing, but it is a court hearing. So I'm going to ask you to please remove your hat.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Okay, thank you. All right, so.
And the mask too. What's the point? You're at home.
Just like last time, I'm required each time to remind you that you do have the right to the assistance of a lawyer if you wish. And that includes the right to a lawyer at public expense if you were indigent, and that you've previously waived that right and wish to represent yourself. And so I guess I want to ask you again, do you reaffirm that you'd like to represent yourself in this matter, or would you like to have a lawyer?
No, I would like to self-govern, and I stand on my paperwork.
Okay. So
like Ernie.
What we have today, you did file 4 written notices that for some type of relief, and we had adjourned the hearing to today for any argument on that. So the prosecutor has had a chance to review them. So Ms. Christensen, you say that you stand by the paperwork, and that's fine. I do have the paperwork in front of me. Is there any argument that you'd want to make on your behalf right now to me in support of those claims, or do you wish to just rely on the written pleadings you filed?
It is my wish to stand on my paperwork.
Okay. Mr. Radzaban, do the people have any argument in opposition to those 4 notices?
Your Honor, I've reviewed the paperwork, and I guess you may not recognize or honor the state of the law. I don't believe that there's any relief that's recognized under law that would allow you to dismiss this case against her based on what she's alleged in the paperwork. I fail to see it.
Okay. All right. Well, Ms. Christensen, now I'm going to make a ruling on the notices, which I'm construing as some motion or request for relief. And I've got a written order that I'll enter. I'll read it at this point. Defendant, who at this point in the case is representing herself, has filed 4 handwritten notices. These notices appear to seek relief in one form or another. As to the first notice, defendant asserts that she is a woman and not a defendant. The court finds that Angela Christensen is both a woman and a defendant in this criminal action. To the extent her notice seeks relief, such relief is denied.
He is so straight. I mean, like it's very logical and reasonable what he's doing, but how he does it with a straight face, I don't know.
As to the second notice, defendant demands that any man or woman with a claim against her appear and present such claim in open court. To the extent that this notice seeks to invoke defendant's right to confront her accusers, this court will enforce that right. However, the right of confrontation does not require the complaining witnesses to appear at all pretrial hearings, but only the trial or any necessary evidentiary hearings. So to the extent that this notice seeks to require the appearance of any complaining witnesses at all pretrial hearings, such relief is denied. As to the third notice,
Yep.
defendant asserts that this court lacks authority over her and that only her creator has that authority.
Of course.
Without gainsaying the authority of the creator, it can be noted that religious traditions commonly recognize that the creator has instituted human authority as well. In this matter, the people of the state of Michigan, through ratifying the 1963 state constitution, as well as its predecessor constitutions, have established this court and its authority. The people of the state of Michigan, through their elected representatives, have established laws that apply in this court. And the people of this county have elected this judge to serve in this office. And this court has subject matter over this felony prosecution and has personal jurisdiction over this defendant. Any relief sought by this notice is denied. As to the fourth notice, defendant claims that this court and the government exist only because she allows them to exist. To the extent that this assertion reiterates the proposition that our constitutional republic is founded on the consent of the governed, such proposition is axiomatic as a general matter. However, this proposition does not require that the government must obtain consent or permission from each individual person before exerting governmental authority over
Yeah.
a person. Such an idea is nonsense and would result not in a constitutional republic, but in anarchy.
Absolutely.
This defendant's views would render all the criminal laws null and void, which is legally and practically absurd. Therefore, any relief sought by this notice is also denied.
Thank you, Judge
So,
Gauthier.
Ms. Christensen, all of the claims and papers that you have filed, I have found to be lacking in legal and factual merit, and I have denied any such relief. And I'm entering a
That's
order-
fine. Can you please stop referring to me as a defendant? And I guess the next step will be, I guess I got to do the actual filing of the claims if you're going to deny all of those.
No, those, I don't know what claims you're talking about. You filed some claims or notices or requests.
No, I did not even file my claims yet. I did notices. I did not file my claims yet. I've been putting that off because I really don't want to have to file claims and ruin people's lives and ruin their
You're going to ruin your own life and make your case a lot worse. But, you know, what you filed so far has been denied.
jobs because they're not upholding my constitutional rights as a woman, not a defendant. I am a woman only. I, woman Angela. I, woman Angela. I, woman Angela. That's it.
Did you hear the judge's ruling? He said you're a woman and a defendant, which was hilariously specific, but he actually made a ruling on this point.
Not defendant. I'm not a defendant.
Well, you are. And,
Okay,
what I'm
in
gonna
your
do-
opinion and legalese, yes, but I am a woman. So do we need to do trial by jury when we
Yeah, yes, in his opinion, which happens to be relevant here as he's the judge overseeing the case.
can do my claims and file my court with your court at the same time? Because that's going to be my next step, to file claims against everybody involved in this case. Because there is no verified claim, and complaints and claims are two different things. I don't want to file claims. I'm trying very hard, and I've been trying hard to not do that. But I guess if we got to keep going, that's my next step. And I will file proper claims with the proper people and the insurancing for the bonding. So I don't know what you want to do at this point, and I really don't want to have to do that.
Ms. Christian, I gotta tell you, I don't know what in the heck you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking
know.
nonsense. So here's the thing. I am not going to relinquish my authority in this case. I'm not. All right. The prosecutor's office can dismiss the case. They're choosing not to. So that means we do have to go forward to a jury trial unless you want to
Okay.
plead guilty. All right. But what I'm
I'm not
also
gonna
going
do
to do is your ramblings here today and at previous hearings, and after I reviewed your written notices, it's clear to me that you have no concept of the legal and factual issues at stake. And
I would never know anything
and-
about legalese
on.
because I never went to school to do the legalese, so I don't understand that part.
All right, you're illustrating my next point, and you have no respect for the authority of the court. You continue to interrupt me and such, and file these nonsense claims. So I am hereby withdrawing my consent for you to represent yourself. I'm referring this matter to the Office of Assigned Counsel for appointment.
Yep.
So any papers you file in this case, I will reject because they have to be filed.
Well, I
through
don't
your-
accept that offer, and I do not require you to give me any court-appointed attorney, and I
You don't need to accept it. You just got Blandino'd and you earned it.
will self-govern because that is my right.
Ms.
I don't want an
Christensen,
attorney. I don't do legalese. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. I'm trying to be very
Well,
decent.
you're doing it by, accident then.
Well,
I stand on my paperwork and I'll do the rest of my paperwork. I will keep doing it and now I'm gonna file my claims, so that's fine.
And they won't be accepted because the
But
judge just
no, I
ordered
don't
that.
need no legal counsel. I refuse that offer. I do not accept that offer. I'm sorry. With all due respect to you, I don't accept that.
well, Ms. Christensen, it wasn't an offer. So we are scheduling this next for a docket call on February 14th at 10:30 in the morning. And I'll refer it to the Office of Assigned Counsel for you to have an attorney at that hearing. You are no longer allowed to represent yourself in this matter, and you will be in person in my courtroom at that date and time.
I'm sorry, but I cannot be there. I can do it via
Well-
Zoom and I don't accept that offer either unless you want to compensate me for my gas and my time. Because I can't do that. I can't even afford to, sorry.
Ms. Christensen, it's not an offer. I want to have you here because you've expressed such disregard for the proceedings. I want to have you here so you can, your attorney. Ms. Christensen, stop interrupting me. It's not an offer. You will be here, or I will issue a warrant for your arrest if you refuse to attend in person. All right, we'll see you February 14th, or I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. You have a good day.
You have a nice day.
All right, we will be in recess until 11 a.m. for a civil matter.
Wow. Well, there you have it. I can't believe I caught that. I had a judge, and in fact, I called ahead. And emailed the clerk, and they said, oh no, it's in person, you got to be there. Of course I go down there and the judge isn't there, opposing counsel isn't there, nobody's there. So I ran back here, so I didn't think I would be able to do this one today, but I ran back here. And sorry, I don't know if this even works. I just threw it together. I'm like, I don't even know if I have cameras and stuff because I haven't filmed down here in a long time, but apparently it worked. That was a fascinating court appearance. I was wondering that because this judge so straight about this stuff. I didn't think he was going to allow her to represent herself very long, but he gave her one more chance, and that way he got to go through the crazy things she filed, and now she's threatening to do claims. And I think this is sort of that Rick Martin Bears Law crazy, where well, she was talking about bonds and all that stuff. She might accuse him of capital felony treason before it's over. But I really have Judge Gauthier has really grown on me. He's very, very straight and very professional, to the point, but there's personality in there. I saw some smirks developing that he was trying to hold back, but he couldn't help himself as she went on with her stuff. I in the last video I asked to see it. I still never got to see the pleadings. And he said, "Well, I'm going to take them as motions." So it was just garbled nonsense. And then he just sort of took the best thing and sort of called it a motion for her. Again, if I filed this, they would just say it's stricken. That's nonsense. You're not complying with the court. But for her, he said, "All right, I'll pretend this is a motion and then deny it," which is sort of typical. Oh, thank you. Here, wait, I can even do this. All right, I can even do super chats today. For the pups, in honor of my Gracie, whom I recently lost. Oh, that sucks. I hope they enjoy. My broken arm homeowner who is suing herself for negligence. Thank you, whatever. All right. Well, I did not expect I'd be able to get that one in, but I really appreciate it. And of course, I had no notice or anything, so I just turned it on live. I didn't even know if the thing would work, but I see that a lot of you showed up, and I really, really appreciate it. It was fun.